just go fuck myself. Oh, fuck.
See? You started it.
You know, I'll end it.
Oh, my.
Something went wrong.
Oh, no. What went wrong?
All right.
I didn't even have...
That's okay. I don't need to be in it.
I like being just enough. Like, I just like an eyeball. I like to be just an eyeball.
A single. How was your week?
It was good. It was alright. I got through the week. I'm alive. I got to see another day.
That's good.
It's just a lot of hectic stuff going on.
Yeah.
We had to pick up the dress from Aaron, which
Okay.
no, because it's all done. Her prom dress is officially all cut and tucked and whatever.
So you guys have it, or she has it?
She has it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
But we all went like.
Right,
Oh.
Hello from Dan Life.
Oh.
Are you driving as hubby?
Obviously, hobby.
Doesn't mean anything. You can still type.
No.
Have you met this guy?
So,
I fucking told you, bitch.
Poor Obby's in the back of the van.
I wish I had taken a nap.
He's dropped
I
into
want to be where they are.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'm fucking jealous. Is it cold there? If it's
Well,
cold,
it's starting to get cold because our
that's
spring,
true.
that means they're starting their winter,
That's true.
right? Or unless
just
it's
looks
5
so
hour
warm.
different for you.
It looks like it's warm.
It looks like it's getting cold because last time they were wearing winter
No,
hats.
If you don't look at the people, it looks like it should be like.
Well, every place looks warm.
No, it doesn't.
Unless there's snow on the ground, everything looks warm. Like, I could be there. It could be 70 degrees.
Yeah,
No, it's beautiful there.
it's like 60. Oh my god. Tuesday was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Did you go outside at all? Or did you
Yeah,
go
no,
inside? Like a little hermit.
I feel like...
The wind, so it's cold. Oh yeah, that ruins it.
Ugh, wind always sucks. I don't know, I have this hard time with stuff because it's like when it gets really warm, I'm like, yes, it's getting warm. And then like you go outside and you're like, yes. And then you're like, wait a minute. What's the weather going to be tomorrow? And then you find out it's going to be like cold. And you're like, I don't want to start anything.
Other than that, the sun is nice. That's how I feel here.
Yeah. And I feel like it's one of those things where I get my hopes up. It's like, I like when we get the first week. The first week, that's when I'm really going out because.
But and then you look at the weather and it's like, oh, it's gonna be nice out, and then there's this big gusts of rain. You're like, oh, it's not going. It is nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Well, we had that one day that was like 45 outside, and I was like, oh, that's not bad. My heat kept popping on because it was so friggin' windy that it was like. I was like, why is my heat going on? And I kept looking at the thermometer. I'm like, and I have different thermometers around, like, outside the house, because I have one where the AKA sun hits it, like, you know, and then I have one, like, in the shade behind trees. So I'm always, like, trying to compare the two. I'm like, it's 45. Why is the heat going on? But then I go, whoa! And I open the...
You're scaring my pussy.
No. Sorry.
You should be.
I know this is such a random thing.
Okay.
Because I just heard this. You know, you remember Ricky Martin? The singer?
Yeah.
Okay, he's very famous.
Yeah.
He didn't...
What does he sing?
Oh, Jesus. He sings...
Okay, keep going. I'll look it up.
He sings so many songs.
I know, but I'm trying to think of one that I could...
Lita Lavoca? No, Mocha. No. What the hell is it? Oh, no. I'm going to mess it up. I'm not even going to say it.
I'm sorry, what were you trying to say?
No, not even going to try to say it. 'Cause I am drawing such a blank, and I know it, because I used to like it. Okay.
No, but what did
No,
you say?
I'm not. Stop.
Come on! Live in the Vida Loca?
Yes, there you go. I know it's going to put you. Hippopotamus. One of us. I watch that.
I think that's the only one I know.
Literally,
Because I'm looking at all these.
you don't know?
Like,
I know. I used to have his album, but he came out. Obviously, much later on in his life, he came out being gay. Fine. I always felt bad for singers like that they can't come out being gay because they want like women to buy their albums. I hate that. Like, because I think there's enough gay men that they buy the albums too.
what about Mocha?
I'm living it, bitch. I'm living it. I'm living in Mocha.
Let the sun hit you a little bit more.
So, his nickname
was Niles naming a song or ordering at Starbucks?
Exactly.
That's his favorite drink there.
I'm living Mocha.
He's living Mocha.
Perfect. So they were talking, and they said he had said that he was going to go by his nickname, which is and I forgot. He said something. His real name is Iglesias, and his nickname is Kiki. And I went, oh, but he couldn't go by that because in certain parts of the world, Kiki means vagina, and he didn't want to be Vagina Martin. It's like, can it be any worse for a poor gay guy? Like, my name is, hi, I'm Kiki. I'd be like, did he just say Vagina Martin?
Did you know, speaking of singers, did you know that Pink didn't want to be a singer?
No, I didn't know that.
She wanted to be a gymnast. But she saw, like, she went to, like, the circus or something and saw, like...
Yeah. Well, I know she does all those things, yeah.
But she never saw a singer do it, so that's why she wanted to be a singer. So she does that in her shows.
No, I love that.
Do you know why she's named Pink?
No.
2 reasons. 1, her coochie. 2, and she said this.
Okay.
She said inside, you know how, like, there's, like, we're red and, like, we're all these white and all that kind of stuff.
You mean your aura?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like,
that's not inside. That's like your outside.
No, but she said something about the inside. I don't really know the real. I mean, I did, but then I started telling it. I was like,
as soon as she said coochie, she couldn't remember anything. And she's like, I see that. Wait, what's she saying now?
But basically, like her.
Aura.
Yeah. Sure.
I know. I watch her. I can watch her singing. You know what
her
always
daughter looks just like her.
Oh, she sings really good too.
Mm-hmm.
That always blows my mind because there's 2 things that always blows my mind. People who can dance and sing. Because I feel like at some point during the concert, they should be like...
You know that Taylor Swift sprints on her treadmill while singing so that way she's not out of breath?
Right. I kind of get why they do it, but I always just go... Because usually by the 5th song, when they're dancing, I go, I know
I'm not fit enough for that.
Yeah, I know, but... By the 5th song, that's when I start getting really impressed. Like, damn, like I'd be really like winded after like the first song. Forget even 4 later. But she does all those flips, and you can barely hear because she keeps her because that's nerve-wracking.
She trained by somebody standing on her stomach, and she had to belt out the songs.
Yeah, because when you're spinning, you're using
that's what
muscles.
Feel like.
Right. That's why I watch that. I'm like, how does she do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of fame that you don't hear about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't hear that. You just see, like, too many people go, oh, this is easy, just sits there and sings. Yeah, but...
No, there's a lot of training that goes into that.
Yeah, screw that. I just...
Yeah, fuck that.
Can't even do that. I just not even talk about...
How did we get on this topic?
Well, I was talking about Vagina Martin.
Yeah, but how did we get there?
Because we talked about singers. I just love your face. Like, nope, that's not it.
Whatever, I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. Moosey.
Did you watch the clips?
Yeah,
that was not for me.
No, I don't listen. I love science. I'm a huge science guy. Like we already know that I listen to tons of stuff on the YouTube. But I walked out. I put the goggles on, which like I feel like I'm in a 3D movie already, and I didn't expect it to be black. Like they're so blacked out. So no, but they're so blacked out. I couldn't see anything.
Because the sun's so fucking potent, dude.
But I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be more of like
Like sunglasses?
Sunglasses where you could see kind of tints.
Mm.
Somewhat, but it was so blacked out. Then I was sitting there and I looked up and I saw like the thumb mark on the moon. I went, that's good. And I don't know. I'd rather watch it on. This is like great example. I use Shannon because she's like, oh, not into this. I said, no, I am into this. It's like a football game. Have you ever watched any sports in real life? If you watch any sports in real life, it's, did you see that play? No, I missed it. Oh, okay. There's nothing. You watch it on TV. It's a rerun. You get to see something else. You get to see like zoom into something, and you're more into it.
Yeah.
And it's more entertaining. So I actually rather watch that on like a documentary or something.
Yeah. I knew I was going to see pictures, so.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I went to Facebook and was like, look, I got pictures. People are like, I can't see it. My phone's ruined.
Yeah. I was cleaning my car out at that time.
Yeah.
And actually, I cleaned it because Thomas is still rear facing, and he was behind my chair, but I had to extend it more.
Right.
And I was driving like this, and I already kind of drive like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, we got to switch sides here.
Right.
I started cleaning it, and then I'm like, well, I may as well like clean it.
Did you ever feel the urge? Like, I love. Okay, so this is me talking to the world that's going to freak out on me because I'm not going to say this politically correct. Sorry. Okay. Just for everyone to know, 9 out of 10 animals never look up in the sun.
Uh-huh.
They have enough things to worry about. Most animals never look. If you ever watch things,
why would they?
They don't look at the sun. It's that the sun is out. They do their thing, and they're done.
Mm-hmm.
And there were people like, "Oh my god, I gotta put the glasses on the dog," and I'm like, Now I admit you don't want the dog out there for hours because of birds. Yeah, they can look up. Yeah, I get it. Okay. But
was I not supposed to be outside?
Wait a minute, just for the question. Okay, no, you're fine. It didn't attack you.
Obviously I'm fine.
No, that was the other thing. Everyone kept being like, don't go out in the sun. Don't go out there. And I'm like, no. I can't look at it. I could be out there.
Yeah, I
wear a hat. I have no desire to look at it. The sun's up every day.
Right, what's the difference?
I don't sit there and go,
if anything, I should be looking at it today because the fucking moon's in front of it.
Right, I don't look at this ever. Like, I'm not a...
Yeah.
You know what I'm not saying we don't have a moment that we look at the sun.
Yeah.
But it's not like...
And it's for like a half a second. Like,
right.
We're not like staring at the thing.
So... And I get it because of the thing. People want to stare because now everyone's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. So now you go out and you want to look. But I know so many people are like, did you go out in the sun? Yeah. What did you do? Just lived my life. Like who's... And I just have the question of the people who put the glasses on the dogs. What happened is now is all the animals on the earth blind now? Mm-hmm. Like deer and...
So we have so much roadkill. Sorry, I was plugged.
Oh, I watched a movie.
I didn't finish my story.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
That's fine.
No, finish your story.
So I was cleaning my car out, and I don't have a plug on the outside
of the house. Right?
And I don't have a vacuum that's not cordless, right?
Oh, that's worse.
And you know how a shell driveway? Well, I had the whole shell driveway in my car. Oh, and the only way to get it out was for me to scoop it with my hands because I didn't have time to go anywhere with the vacuum. Or like to come.
Yeah.
So I was like scooping it, and with all the scooping,
I made it think of just taking out the mat and just.
Yeah, I did, but it's
but still, I get it under the mat. Yeah,
it's more under the mat than it was on top of the mat, but it does look nice though.
Oh, that's good. Did you have like random Cheerios and stuff, or do you not feed the kids in the car? Because everyone always has that picture on Facebook of like, oh, look what I found under my seats. I was like, why are you feeding your kids in the car? I never fed my kids in the car.
I do. I haven't really fed them lately, and usually if in the car.
I don't feed them.
But I would feed them in the car when I went to go pick Maeve up.
Yeah.
Like drive to pick Maeve up from school.
Right.
But now we just walk, so I make them wait to eat their snack until we're at home.
Right, I can't. I never did that.
So.
I never did. Trust me, there were still plenty of other things in the
car.
She
gave me sass the other day. She was like, Mommy usually brings me a snack. I'm like, I love Mommy.
I know.
I was like, well, we're going to eat when we get home.
Maybe we should have Mommy pick you up. Oh, she can't.
Oh, sorry. Well, Mommy can do it the rest of the week. Sorry.
Not with me. I feel like that's the story of my life.
Yeah.
When it came,
Mommy says I could do this.
Yeah.
I'm not mommy.
I know, yeah.
When mommy
Sounds
says
like you
can
want to
do
be
that.
with mommy more than me. Perfect.
Yeah. Go for it.
I don't know. It's just one of those things where I just get like, what? Oh, what did I? So, I watched a movie.
Yeah.
I've watched Wish.
Oh, we did put that on for half a second, and
Okay.
then the animation was driving me absolutely bonkers. So I turned it off.
I will tell you what
Okay.
ended up happening for Wish for me.
Okay.
I started to get annoyed because I kept being like, there's something familiar about this. And she said, what are you talking about? Shannon goes, what are you talking about? Just watch it. I said, no, there's something wrong with this. And she goes, what? And I started figuring out everything. Like, right away.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, she's ignoring me at first. And then she's like, Googling it. And she's like, oh, you're right. You're right. And I was like, so I'm not going crazy. And then I started seeing all the Easter eggs. Because then I got, like, obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I barely watched the movie because I was obsessed
You know
with
what happened in it.
I do know, but it's like, it's basically, just for you to know, the movie is based on 100 years of Disney.
Mm.
So there are Easter eggs for 100 years of Disney into it. And I was just like...
Is that why the animation's weird? Like, what were they doing with that?
I'm not really sure, but I do know, like, I can tell you one thing that I don't think ruins the story. But...
I'm not going to watch it.
Okay. all the girls' friends are the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh.
But they're not... But, you know, like, they're all... I was like... And it all started with the tall guy when he gets... Something happens and he gets... the star does something. He does something with the ear. I was like, hey, didn't Dopey do that? I was like, oh, wait a minute. There's 7 of them. Oh, my God. They're grumpy. And then one sleepy. I was like, oh, my gosh. And then it just became obsessed. I became too obsessed over it. And then by the time I was done, I was like, the music stunk. I didn't like the music. I think there was one song that I was like, I felt like there was too many big words. I don't think little kids would even. No, I mean there was one part that the bad guy's singing, and I'm like, I don't see any little kid ever saying this word, like, or saying these words that rhyme. That if it's too big, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure does.
So I was a little disappointed by that.
That's unfortunate.
I think I'm getting to an age where Disney's not exciting anymore, which I'm really crushing.
Well, they haven't been making good movies lately. And if whatever movies they are making, they're just making fucking live action.
Yeah, and I don't like those.
Yeah, what? Why? Don't even get me started on this. Don't.
Don't get it going.
I do have some sad news.
Oh no. Oh, this is your story? This is
my story.
Okay, all right. This is the saddest, funniest news I've ever heard.
My favorite vibrator died.
No!
And it's discontinued.
Oh, that's the worst!
It is.
Oh.
So I got
Did
a new
it
one.
die or did the battery?
It died.
Like the batteries corroded it?
It died.
Because
it charges.
Because if the batteries... Oh, so it's a chargeable. Okay, no. Because if it's the battery, I know how to clean those.
I know.
Ah, okay.
It's just a rechargeable one.
Oh.
But it died. It says it's charging, and then it charges.
And it goes...
And then, but it won't even turn on.
It won't even turn on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's...
In the arms.
Brian,
no.
Rest in peace.
Okay, so I buy a new one that's supposed to be simpler.
Okay.
No, not it. Not it.
Oh. Isn't it the worst that you spend money on something and it's like not even close?
No. I mean, yes, it is. It's not even close, though.
It's not even close, and then you're like, but then...
And I'm not even close.
I just need to know, did you bury in the...
I should. I still have it.
Have a little...
Should we do that for the next podcast?
We'll just go in the backyard, dig like a little hole, and be like, did you name it?
No.
You didn't name it?
No.
Well, how would you yell out?
Nothing.
We are here with
Pinky.
I think we should have a 2-gun musket fire when we bury it with a little headstone.
Matt's on.
Matt's on.
A few times. It buried me. When did Matt get on?
Wait.
Is that with 2 H's or 4? Depends on what round.
Is it going bzz, bzz, or bzz?
It's never bzz. This one?
Oh no.
Some weird
There's
one.
Wait a minute. Did you get... Okay, there's nothing worse. See, I'm going to say this, and I'm a dude, okay? So, because I've had wives, I had a wife, I had, whatever. The worst is when it's complicated. Like, it should just be simple.
I want to make sure the grape soda has spelled right.
Before we were like, tink, 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 not enough A's, not enough H's. No, I find most women like the simple ones than the most complex ones. Because I feel like when you have... My big thing, I could never be a woman. I can tell you right now. Because the fact that you have to keep clicking it to get to your setting drives me crazy. Like, it should just come with a switch.
The buttons are, like, hard to push.
And so it's like, click.
So it's ruining
So it's like, nope, 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 nope. And you're just trying to get that, but you're clicking, and you got to wait a second to see if that's the one.
Right.
And then when you're used to it, you're like, okay, 6 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
6, yeah, or you and you lock. Fuck. Ah, shit! I'm not even in the mood anymore.
Yeah. So these buttons are like really hard to push.
Like when you say button, like underneath button, is it the underneath button?
No.
That's the worst one.
No, it has 3 buttons. One's an arm button,
okay.
and there's up and down. They should come up with a memory setting. Like, yeah, it does.
Like cards, exactly.
Exactly. So then there's a plus and minus button.
Oh.
But the buttons are like, you gotta like really push them. And I'm like, okay, well the whole point is for it to be on there and I can be able to click them.
Right.
Any other vibrator.
The worst is, like I said, the worst is the one at the very bottom, because I think as if I'm trying to do this and I'm like down here.
The clicks become a habit, Niles. It's not even a thought.
It's not even a thought. It doesn't even count. It's like not even 6. It's oh crap, too many.
Yeah.
And I always just think, like, it should just be more easier to control. Because I know as a guy, the worst thing is when you're trying to, like, and she's like, yeah, click it one more time, yeah. And then all of a sudden you're trying to do the motion and then try to click it while you're doing the motion. You're like, hold on, then you have to stop. Click, wait, what are you stopping for? Because I got to click it and I can't... Like, I know I should be able to do this, but button...
it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah. Or, you hit the button, too deep, that hurt. Oh, sorry. Like, I clicked the button! Oh, sorry.
Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. You get what you get, bitch. That could be your invention, create a friendly vibe. A user-friendly vibe.
Yeah. It really should be, because I feel like something so simple is like incredibly so hard.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
Yeah. It's like that, or there's 1,000 pieces going everywhere.
Always. Yeah.
Oh.
Or like the charger's stupid too.
Okay, now I'm gonna like throw myself under the bus here.
Yeah.
I had a partner who decided to buy one of those vibrators that goes around my balls and me, and then when we make love, it pushes.
Why are you being so sensitive?
It pushes against her spot, like her spot. I
think we're gonna try pushing buttons.
Push it right, so it's supposed to be a all of us thing, like and I was like, and so she shows
Brian says I love those.
Right, so I said, okay. I said, all right, let's do it, right? Oh my God, these things were so tight around my friggin' ball. Like, I was like, okay, so we're gonna do it. Because it was so tight that I actually couldn't, it didn't fit. And then when I'm doing it, it was missing it completely. Like, she's like, you're not hitting it. I'm like, so we had to, pillow, adjust.
So it wasn't worth it.
And by the time we were in, this crazy position, now, because everything is so restricting, I'm starting to lose the sensation. I'm like, that is the worst, is when you want something fun and it loses. That's why every time I've ever got a toy for her has been like, just get a toy for you. I'll use it and I don't care. Like, I'm a man enough to be like, that's fine.
Oh, you're so big, Niles.
No, I don't think it was that. I just think it was one of those, like I said, it wasn't... It
wasn't tailored to you.
No, but it was supposed to be like rubbery, like it's like a rubber, and it was. But I found that it was just like a little bit too tight around certain parts, and then it was like, okay, that's not comfortable. That hurts me. And then, and I know I've been sensitive after my operation too, because that went horribly wrong. Yeah. So I've always been kind of. So that's sensitive.
Just your body being in trauma.
But your body doesn't. But it didn't work with her. It didn't even, like, if it had worked with her, it would have been like, okay, this is worth it. I can get through it. And then once it didn't work for her, and you're trying to adjust, then it loses all your sexy time, and then it's, you know, and then you're like, oh, I don't know. When you start messing around too much, I feel like you can.
It's not worth it.
You start.
Just get me off at that point, or just get off.
It's like, and that's why I said I was like, just get the tool you need, you like, you know, and I'll just, you know, I'll just do the job, like and I'm
still in search.
Yeah.
Gotta find a dupe.
Yeah, I think it's so hard to do all that because now they have ones that are like, you know, one down here, one up here, one over here, and you're just like, I just want something simple. I want something to like.
This one, it was like an air one. And like that was great. Yeah. And then this one that I bought is like kind of like it, but it's got like, I don't know, something in it, and it just doesn't feel right. It just feels not great.
I remember.
It's almost like it's attacking me.
No, we had there was a girlfriend I had who had one who had all these like things in it, so it would like pulse inside, like as it vibrated, it pulsed, like it looked like it had beads in it to just kind of like pushed out, pushed in, pushed out. I was like, no one's dick does that.
So she has that.
I was like, so if this is good for you, we might never have sex. Like we have
to be first. That's this guy. We'll finish with it.
Yeah. I think that way should be every way. I watch people with like the whole women with fisting. Hey, if you can get off of fisting, that's amazing. But what happens afterwards? I'm not that big.
Did I tell you I was watching one and the girl had so many tattoos? I was like, what the fuck?
Did you get distracted?
Like, yeah, I was like, this guy's fucking a fucking Bear Bradley bag. Like, what is going on?
Oh my god! I watched one that the girl was really pretty, but she had like tattoos all the way to her jawline, all the way down. And halfway through it, I'm like, I'm not even watching them have sex. I'm looking at the butterfly, the Dragon Ball Z thing over here. I was like, oh, cool, she likes Dragon Ball. I felt like I was more interested in the tattoos.
I was more like, oh my god, they got like really close to every spot before calling it quits, you know?
the one that I landed up watching, she had made her nipples into hearts. And I didn't notice it at first. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at it like, dude, her nipples are hearts. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's tattooed. I was like, she got her, like, natural color? That's pretty cool. And then I'm like, oh, okay, this is weird. I should be paying attention.
I'm not even, like, I'm
like drinking coffee. I'm like,
oh, you have it on the big screen. Just like,
I'm like, this is, wow. Who does her ink? Wow, that's nice. That must have took forever because she had a big moth.
How much money?
Oh, I know.
How many did you get at a time? You can't put any more on.
I don't know. Right? I don't.
Unless you're going in there.
I've had one on me when I was 21, and I was like, I came home. I had a horrible breakup with a girlfriend who told me that if she wanted to be a lesbian, she would have dated a woman when she left. And I was like, what does that mean? I'm a man. I was like, we're getting a tattoo tonight. Went to the bar, went to get the tattoo. And this is like, and 2 hours later, I was like, this is the worst experience I've ever had in my life. And it's like right here. And the guy's like, we're going to get this done. Oh, by the way, I got to catch a plane to Mexico.
Right. And the AC didn't work, right?
And the AC didn't work.
And you had 4 drops of water.
Oh my God. No, he kept coming out with these little like drips. So it was like,
yeah.
It was so hot. It was August.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot me. And he's like, oh, it just feels like a bee sting. Well, if it was the whole freaking hive, yeah. And he's just like,
it's all about your pain tolerance.
Yeah, I think it is. And I think women have a higher more than men. But I was just like, and I got through it, but I was, what? He's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay.
At least he finished it.
Oh, he did. He was like, we're finishing this. We're getting this done.
Yeah.
And he's like, I might want a picture. And then he ran too late. And he's like, oh, forget it.
Just kidding, I know.
Yeah, because, no.
Work.
Because he had to catch a plane. And the coolest thing was, he was only supposed to do like 1 or 2 colors. And he's like, no. He just started throwing colors. And I'm like, yo, I don't have all this, like, I only had like a...
That's what I don't like about him. Because when I got mine done, he wanted to do like all the shading. And I was like, no, I like how it is. And like, we'll just... look at it like with the stencil or whatever. And I was like, whatever, just fucking like get
right. And then I
have fucking shadow with it.
Yeah.
Shading with it.
With him, he was just like, he's like, oh, this will look good. And I'm like, okay. And by that point, I'm like, so, just get it done. He's like, oh, we'll make an eye here. We'll make a little red eye, a little red for his mouth. I'm like, done. We're done.
Yeah.
No, but ordering those things are the worst, though. Because you got to, like, do you get back to your vibrator?
Okay, yeah.
Do you, is there something you particularly look for in the wording? Because maybe that's what you need to do, is look for a particular thing in the wording.
I just want this one back.
Yeah,
But I also don't want to spend, like, stupid money on it. So that's my thing. Because, if it's not going to do what this one did, then I don't want to spend all that money and then be disappointed.
Right.
It's like dating.
Have you ever thought of going to a store instead of online? Oh, instead of online?
It's cheaper online.
Yes.
Adam and Eve, if you go there, it's like stupid money.
It is stupid. But at least you'll see it and know it before, even though I know you get to see it, but you don't get to see it, if that makes sense. Because half the time you see something, you're like, oh my God.
You can feel it too at Adam and Eve. Yeah. And I thought this one was going to be great because it said like the same thing. Yes, Niles, the word is vibrator. That's what they're looking for.
Yes, thank you. Vibrator.
Yeah, probably like just air pulsing.
Well, I didn't know vibrator worked for gas, so. Gas, right? Have you think of using a weed whacker and taking it off and putting... It'd be 1 speed. Full throttle.
I need different speeds. Gonna work up tomorrow. Depending on what round.
That's so interesting. We've had to talk about that. Are you a multiple? Because I know a lot of girls that were like, once they've had one, they're done for a while. Like, it's so sensitive that it actually hurts them.
It depends. And
then I know some people are like, they go until their brain explodes. Every woman's so different like that. Okay. We have...
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, since both cats are here. I just said... Even the cat's like, aren't you going to look?
I can't do it like back to back.
Right.
But if I have a second in between, like even like a minute or two in between. But like usually we go back and forth. So.
Look at it, because I know there's been a few in my life that's been like, I need like
goes to the vibrator. Goes to
No, tonight. No, Singing Haunted. It's like
it just like walks in and vibrates in. Vibrates on the door. It was me letting myself in. I wanted to be part of the podcast this week. You can be part of the podcast
anytime.
Anyone can.
to show up. That's our
bring a
motto.
vibrator.
Wow, she's like, oh, that's a little
Test
awkward.
that bad boy out first. BYOV.
She's like, I'm not bringing oh my god there.
Get in the car.
She's like, I'm not bringing my oh my god. You broke yours. I don't want to touch mine.
Oh my god.
Instantly, she's like, never coming again.
Well, I won't be either.
Oh no! Oh no! You need to preach that because you're married. You'll never come again.
I need it.
She's like, I need it. Oh no! Ashley logged off. She was like, oh my god.
So if anyone can find the I tried looking everywhere for it. They don't make them anywhere.
They don't make them.
It's not even on the black market.
Did you look up the manufacturer?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll say equal to. You know, like.
Yeah, and then it gave me this fucking thing.
Oh, was it? This? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It never is.
That's why I give it.
Is.
I give it a triple thumbs down.
Never.
You know. Everyone's sad about it.
Oh my gosh, that was too funny. Okay.
All right, so what do you have for us?
We didn't want to talk about it.
No, we did this last week.
Holy cow. The whole vibe. I'm still sad.
I know, it's a big tragedy. Tonight,
you know I'm going to be Googling stuff and sending it to you. Be like, what is this?
I'll send you which one I have. If you can find it, that'd be great.
Should we try to give a giveaway? I found it on eBay.
There's no giving away. I will be ordering them.
Found it on eBay for $20.
I hope.
She's like, highest bid 150. Sold.
Try to look it up and show everybody. You can find this one.
Things all like.
It's also broken.
Okay.
Mostly used.
It's like broken.
Heavy used. No charger.
I was like, I had to die. It was enough.
Oh, yeah, right there.
He comes on. He has a little microphone. He's like,
Post to all the neighborhood Facebook pages asking if anyone has seen it around.
He's like, I'm traumatized. You know, be quiet on the set. It's really big squat. It's this darked out like vibrator. He's like, yeah, sometimes she used me like 4 times a day. I'm exhausted. I had me on high for almost 20 minutes before she even called out my name.
Me again and then did it again.
I gave out, and guess what she did? She looked for an extension cord.
It didn't work while it was plugged in.
Oh.
Is that the most annoying thing you've ever heard?
Why?
Why? That's what I want to know.
I don't understand. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
It never makes sense to me.
Sometimes you gotta charge it just a little bit. Just enough.
I'm just there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit more.
I hate that they don't work when they plugged in. Yeah, what's the point?
That's another thing.
I get that, like, it's supposed to be cordless.
Right.
But if you're dead, you should also be working.
Who's dead?
Doesn't matter. You should still be able to plug in and work.
Yes.
And I've always said that.
I've always stood by that comment. It's been a motto since 4th grade.
4th grade, ooh. That late, huh? How old are you in footwear? Actually, we know the answer.
She's like, stop. Oh my god. I swear we do this podcast for us.
Jesus, there's no way I'm pleasing anyone in here. That's not even a joke. 9 or 10! Oh shit. What do you have for us? Now that we're 20 minutes. We're all like 30.
Oh my god. So funny.
What is the topic?
Well, I had like sayings, like why we say sayings.
Okay.
Certain sayings. Like your motto. If it's abundant.
Good motto to live by.
Okay, I need to.
You need a break, huh?
I do. I need to die for a minute.
You need me to plug you in? Oh wait, you don't work while that.
Me too. I am sweating. I can tell you right now, I don't care who watches us. No, I love that we do have viewers, but I laugh so hard. It's the best day of the week. This on Thursdays. We laugh and joke, and I was trying to think. Somebody asked me, "Oh, we get a lot of people watching." I'm like, nobody watches. This is the best night of the week.
Oh, yeah.
I always feel like one day someone will like fall upon this and be like, this is funny. Like, this is funny. Or,
and be too late.
And be like, but we'd be done.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be done. And
be shut down.
Like I'm dead.
What else be
I'll be done. I'm
off
dead.
the charger. Just continue.
Well,
not found on the black market either.
Now, did your old, like I said, now I need to know, did your old ones have the up and downs or just click, click, click?
It was just clicks.
So you went with the up and down. Like, because you said plus and minuses.
Yeah. Matt and I was just in an Ashley podcast. Find it in a time capsule. Oh, they'd be in for a real treat. They'd be like, what's a vibrator? They had something out by then.
Yeah.
I hope I find something by then.
Yeah, you'll find something. You can find different.
We should put my vibrator in the time capsule. The dead one.
The dead one? They're like, what is this for?
Just
it needs to be charged.
Just
still won't work.
You know what's so dumb about them too? It's a magnetic charger. What? What's the reason?
Why do you need? See, why does it need to be that fancy?
Mm.
Like, there's certain things I don't get. Like, why? There's certain things like I don't get why we need what we need.
That's what I word now.
Like, there's certain things
like you could put it in the tub or whatever, but not for extended use in the tub. So it's not for the tub. That's what I'm.
The best. You know what always kills me is
what?
This phone go in water. Oh, it can? Yeah, but you need to plug here, so it can't go in water.
Right.
Well, it's water resistant. Well, what does water resistant means?
Agreed. Then the charger doesn't always stay, or it disconnects too soon. Right.
So,
or like you like place it down and it's all of a sudden like it's not charging anymore. It's like
right.
Why? And you like turn it just a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, okay, now you're working.
I know. I hate that. No, I hate when it's like the wire does that. Like when you have a plug and then it's like the wire and you're like, oh, it's charging. Oop, yeah. No, it's not charging. Oop, it's charging.
Well, I thought it was the charger at first, but then it was like still like flash. Yeah. Like like when it charges, it like flashes and
right.
stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, and then like when it's done charging it, the light just stays on. And so like I left it like all day, and then the light was on. So I was like, okay, so it must be fine now. And I clicked it on. Didn't work.
I have to add something personal because we've already gone down this rabbit hole. You're married.
Yeah. I
was once married. Do you do that alone, or do you do that with your partner?
Both.
My marriage was I only allowed to do it with her.
Oh yeah.
Like I couldn't please myself without her. I was like, well.
No, we don't have that rule.
No. I remember that being such an issue. But then every time
I still don't want her to like come in while I'm doing it.
Oh yeah.
Because then it's just like, ooh, sorry. Like, did you want to join? Like, what do you do? Like,
Well, what?
I don't know what I would do because like we're not like in that like we're not like that. You know?
Right. No, I get it. I don't
like maybe if like we were more like that,
more
then I'd
open.
be like, ooh, coffee, whoopsies.
Right?
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I think it always depends on the
I
relationship
think
you
it's
have.
still a little weird. You know.
Because I feel like it's the most vulnerable. Besides going to the bathroom, that's the next vulnerable spot you're in.
Yeah. Hitting the road now. I thought you were on the road. Am I?
Bye.
Am I wrong?
Driving the van.
Right?
Maybe they were having sexy time.
I would not want to do it to this. They were finding the vibrator for us.
He's in the back. He's like, I found 6 of them. Where are they? He's from my private. My back with you. He's like my private. Oh, they were having breakfast.
Yeah, they were.
Morning
now
delight.
They're having seconds.
They're cracking some eggs.
Sexy time before the podcast. Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Made it just in time. He came in just in time. Swallow. Good boy. That's what he said too.
No, I usually say I'm a good girl. Hey, me too. I am so hot right now. This is so funny. I am legitimately laughing from my core here. Like, I'm not. No, I don't. I think.
Shut that shit off. We're not going on. Unless you're finding me the vibrator.
Don't dare me, bitch. I will.
You can. Everyone get out their phones.
Why is that one turned to the left? Oh, I'm sorry. That's the right one. I think when you're masturbating or going to the bathroom is the most vulnerable time of your life. And for some reason, for me, I always think to myself, why is this vulnerable? Because the person that's walking in has already seen you during sexy time.
Right.
Why?
It's different.
But yes!
Yeah.
But what's different about it?
Because
it's like
something gross coming out of me.
Oh, really?
Unless it's, well, I mean, I guess masturbating, it's not. It's like the same. But
right.
But then that's still like...
No, this is...
That was my...
My thing is that I always think, do they think I'm thinking of them? Do they think I'm thinking of a fantasy? Then I'm an overthinker, so then it becomes, what are you thinking?
Right. Are they going to judge me on what I'm watching?
Right. Or am I being judged on how I'm doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Because this might not be the way they do it.
Mm-hmm. And
then it's like, whoa, why didn't you tell me? Because when I was married, I feel like that caused a lot of fights. Mm-hmm. Because when she would walk in, which I got caught a few times, like, she loved to catch me. That was her goal. Like, I used to wake up, I had to be at work at 6:30, and I used to wake up at 5:30 in the morning.
To jerk off?
Yeah. Just so, because I was in
my... You couldn't wake her up?
No, I would go downstairs, I would,
Did you want to do it by yourself? Or you just knew she wouldn't say yes? Or would that just be too long?
No, a lot of times it was like...
Get this out of me quick?
And
it's different.
You know what? No, I'm going to tell you exactly what it was when I was married.
Okay.
She took the sexy out of it. Because what happened was, when I was married, today's title, Bad Boy. Oh, I thought it was an A, not you.
I
thought it was an A. Yep, that's why I'm not a school teacher. She took the sexy time out of it because every night her goal was to release me. And that's what she would say. So she would, like, and I say this nice, well, I don't, she's mean, whatever. She just roll over and be like, do what you gotta do, get done, and be done.
Then that's not good.
And then it'd be like, but she'd be like, you're not cheating because I
found this on the web.
Yes.
My vibrator! I wish.
Oh my god, thank you! Alexa, thank you!
Why do we ever charge for $10,000? It's like a big pallet. That's my
connected to a generator. It's like, honey, you used to plug it in. Well, this one comes with its own plug.
No, you just have so many of them. All the backups. I had to buy a new apartment for it. I bought a house just for vibrators. Vibrator toy gifts again. Hope it's on the way.
No, but she would be like, her big thing was, and she would be like, I released you. You're good, so you should not want to cheat or do things because I'm doing my womanly duty. Mm-hmm. So there were times that when in the morning I would want to sneak because I would want like that sexy time type of loving thing. And I remember one of the things she used to be big on, tell me what she'd want, and then I would do it, and then she would be mad that I did it. Oh, she was so big on that. You know what I think really hot, Niles, is? I'd be like, what? Take charge. Like, I would like one day you come home and, I'm sitting there and just take off my clothes and just really... And then I did. She's like, oh my God, I was in the mood. Why did you do it? And I'd be like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Like, I was taking charge like a month later. Not now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was. It was so bad. And I felt like it was so, like, crazy like that. Oh, at least I know he's okay now. But it was one of those things that would kill the whole mood to a point where I would land up a couple weeks ago now. Yes. Well, this is going to go off tons now because he's going to get texted.
Can you turn your sound off or no?
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to mess with it.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, guys.
Because I don't want to mess with our microphone.
That's okay. Sorry, guys.
Yes. Most profile. Yes. Yes. We did talk about that.
Yeah, I love your censorship when it comes to you having sex. But anyone else, you can be like, oh yeah, I was fucking that bitch, and
What I don't know. I get this weird thing because I've had too many people like, you're so aggressive, and then all of a sudden I always try to go by what I'm with, like right now with you, like. So
you feel like you need a censor? I just talked about my dead vibrator for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I know, because it was just like. No, but yeah.
Is this the censored part of the podcast with the phone noises?
Yeah, I know.
Just leave it. It's fine.
We had it's my buddy texting me. We've been texting him all day. We went MIA, so he's well known to have lose his temper or get really mad, and we're just making sure he's okay. And of course, he has to blow up right now, but that's usually how it goes.
I wish I was blown up.
So what happened was I felt the need to masturbate because it was a release of something that I like. It was a fantasy, and she'd get really mad that it wasn't her, and I would say, well, this is what I want, and she'd be like, no. Hell, she was teaching me how. She got to a point where she would say in Portuguese, she started teaching me how to shut off the light and go to bed. That was a phrase that she would always say, and I would be like, okay. And then it'd be like, okay, you need... And it was like, night or morning, what do you want? And it was just kind of like, well, that kind of... Like, I get it. We both worked hard, but we both were young. Mm-hmm. We were both in our early, late 20s. So we were still... like at the prime of having fun.
Yeah.
And it even was worse when we decided to have my son, because it became a job. And that became like, and then finally something happened because she was convinced her sister couldn't get pregnant. So she was trying to be like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. And I'd just be like, okay. I had to go get checked. She went to go get checked. And all of a sudden, one day, like that 1 month where we were in between doctor's appointment. You know how it goes. It doesn't happen. She got pregnant. But it was like, just let it happen. Just let it. But she wasn't like that. And it kind of takes it away. It's that's the one thing that, I get it from both sides. Women want men to do things and vice versa. But I
not really care about that stuff. If you want to go jerk off, you go jerk off. But
yeah, for me, I'd be like, oh, you can do it, but I don't need to because I have you. And I'd be like,
okay.
Okay. I get it.
Then you need me to go do that right now? Or
No, I don't need that. Oh, okay.
well,
but I think I got, and then the worst thing was being caught because I was shamed.
Mm.
Because a lot of times would get caught and it would be like, this is really gross. What kind of man are you? And I'm like, I thought a typical guy. I thought every guy does this. And you're like, no, you're gross. Why do you need it like two times a day? Do you need it really 2 times? Like, I need it 3, but I've been trying to work on 2.
Hey, quit texting the group chat. Listen to the podcast.
Ooh.
Just kidding. You can do whatever you want. I don't care.
She's like,
delete. I call you masturbating.
She's like,
and then she'll look it up where my vibrator is. Get off your phone.
she's on Amazon. Cancel.
I looked up and they don't have it.
She's like, cancel. Per Bonds is like, what the hell's going on? No, I can't even imagine that stuff. But I'm so bashful is that I own my own house and I still don't do things in certain rooms.
I don't really care about the room situation.
I always feel like someone's gonna knock on the door. Someone's gonna do something.
Just putting out an SOS to the group so the whole group can help your search. Last one with a text. Just like
don't lie to us, Ashley. We know the truth. I
swear. I'm not dumb, but I'm not stupid.
No, but I just remember being shamed a lot, and that's the worst. I think that's the worst. I don't think now I could care less. I could care less anybody or anything. I just be like, yep, okay, gotta do what you gotta do. And actually, a lot of times I think it's for me. I think it's hot sometimes. I'll just be like, no, carry on. I'll just sit here. I'll watch. Unless you need me. No, I'm fine. Okay, I'm sitting here.
Then I feel like now you're just watching me, so now I feel weird.
It does, but if you...
So then
if you keep... But it'd be like, this is really hot. And if you were...
might be the one watching.
If you were if you were being told things, you could get turned on. But you just can't have someone sitting there going... that's going to be weird. It'd be like... Oh no, more. That's hot. You'd be like, really? This is hot? You like? And you would get into this.
Yeah.
I think it's all on how you approach it, and I think and
I've always said that.
You know what they say?
No, I know.
Once you get past the smell, you got it licked. I've always said that.
I've never heard that.
So old. That's as old as when I was in middle school. I used to be like, as long as there's grass on the field, play ball, baby. So, no, but I think what happens is there's too much shaming and there's not enough promoting, enough going with it. I think, of course, my generation's the worst because I think we have those stupid rules that everyone's like, you have to be this way, you have to talk this way, you have to do, and it'd be like, I remember one girl, I said, hey, why don't you play and I'm going to watch a little bit and, and she's like, no, you're doing something or I'm not wasting my time. I'm like, okay, that's okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, partner. No, but it's always that. It's always that weird thing. And I always think it's weird. It's that's one thing people don't understand is that when you're having sex, it's never a one-time thing. Because I feel like people are like, oh, I've had one night stands. I've never had a one night stand, and I can't imagine that because each time that I've done it, I feel like I get in more groove with them, and the more groove I get, the better it gets, or the more doors that land up opening. Like, oh, you want to try this? You want to do this? You know what I really like? 2 muskets. Civil War muskets being shot while you.
Perfect. I have just the thing for you.
No, but.
Yeah.
No, but you always have those things. But I can't tell you how many people like don't shame it, just let it go.
Yeah.
A big thing is the Florida communities now, the swingers. I see tons of like this. Oh my God! Hey, they're happy. I'll leave them alone.
Yeah.
Like I understand you don't want to be part of it. That's fine. I respect that. Just stay.
I will still make jokes, but have at it.
Go. Hey, they're living a better life. Sometimes I'm like, they're living a better life than me. They're not judging. They're going for it. And no one minds. So God bless all of them.
Yeah.
So, I always just think don't hate on those things because I think shaming is the worst. Because there's a lot of big things right now with these athletes coming out with these transgender mixes, either one, and they're like, oh my God, he's getting. Hey, if he likes it and it gets him there, as long as it's consensual, like he's not doing anything, who cares? Leave him alone. Yeah. Leave him alone. Well, he was. Who cares? Leave him alone. What he does in his private time in his room is his private time in his room. Good for him. Because you know what? There's plenty of guys sitting in their basement doing nothing. Looking for a vibrator.
That's me. I'm looking for my vibrator.
Does it have a particular color?
Doesn't matter. It only came in one color, but
I only come in one color too.
Yeah. White. Not chunky.
Not anymore. Good for the facials.
Nice.
We're having too much fun here.
Ooh, speaking of that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
This might get a little weird. I watched one where he came in her mouth, which I usually stop watching at that point. But then he goes and kisses her and they're playing with it back and forth. I'm like, stop it!
I can't. No.
Eat your food and get over it.
Okay, wait a minute. I can't even watch 2 girls do that.
No.
I don't. It's
I don't want to see one girl do it. Just either do it, swallow it, or don't.
Be done.
Quit playing with it.
I can't.
I was gagging. I was like, never mind, I'm done.
One person said, I used to know a kid a long time ago, he wouldn't kiss his girlfriend after they went down, and wouldn't go, when she went down on him, she wouldn't kiss her. I was like, well, as long as it's all gone, I don't care. And I was like, but I don't want to play with it. I have no desire. And I'm one of those people, once I see that scene where everyone's done, I'm done. I'm like, okay. I don't need to see them playing or doing anything stupid.
Yeah.
For me, it's not a cup of tea. It's okay. But I'm sure there's someone out there that loves that.
Yeah.
They can't wait till it's them. Yeah, and I'm just okay. That's fine. I don't need to.
That's fine. That's good for you.
No.
I'm not going to yuck your yum, but I'm not into it.
Yeah. Just, it's too much.
Yeah.
Too much. You know what? There's moments when it's sexy and there's moments where you go, this is not realistic. Who's doing this? Unless you're having that perfect night where you're just letting everything, you know what I mean? It's a 1 in a million night. Because half of porno is that 1 in a million nights. You know what I mean? Those nights that you're maybe you get 3 moves and that's about it. There's not I'm going to move you here, I'm going to move you here, I'm going to move you here. And then you listen to what they talk about. It takes 3 hours to film a 5-minute thing. And you're 5 minutes? Because they film one position and then he finishes and then he has to regroup. And then they go back at it again in another position. You're wow, I didn't... and then he makes you think oh, well, I do those 3 positions before I finish, but yeah, I'm not on it for 20 minutes. I, got to change up or it's, But that's what I think young people oh, I watch tons of porn.
Why does that turn us on?
What's that?
Porn.
because it's taboo. It's taboo. It's 100% taboo because we're taught, or at least my generation, I'll say this, and I know your generation too, is that it's all a no. Like, you don't watch this, you don't see that's supposed to be a beautiful moment between two people making love and they're making a baby, or or they're having AKA mommy daddy time, or whatever words you want to throw in there. And then what happens is when we get older and we see, oh my God, he's a dog, she's a slut, she's a whatever. You see the other side of it, it becomes taboo of like, oh, this is fun. That's how I always took it as, because I always feel like someone who always pushed the envelope, like I became a bad drinker one time, or I did certain drugs or things. It's something you're not supposed to do, so it just makes you kind of go, I want to do it. It's kind of like getting high, getting drunk. You're not supposed to do it you can do it at 21, but you can't do it at 16. What's the difference? If you stayed home and was responsible, just like you were staying home and being responsible at 21, what's the difference? You're still killing brain cells. You're still doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
And again, being responsible, not drinking until you pass out. Well, you can drink and put yourself in the hospital at 21.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between 16 and it's like this? I always say these invisible rules that I never understand. Like, great example. In my day, if you were Shannon and I are 5 years apart. If you went back in time to when I was younger, everyone would be like, if I was a senior and dating an 8th grader, I was a creep. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
But now no one is at 5 years. You could date someone 20 years younger. No one cares. I'm sure there's always someone who cares, but you know what I'm saying? But no one cares. But there's like this magical age. Like, I know, I say I don't know, but we all know there's 15, 16, 17-year-old boys and girls having sex in high school because that was in our day. And I'm sure in your day they were having sex. And magically, it's like, oh, well, they don't know, so they're doing it. And you kind of just go back to, in your head going, yeah. But if that guy was 19 and had sex with a 17-year-old or 17 or 16, which they were just in high school altogether, instantly, what is he? He's a pedophile. Yeah. Or vice versa. There's some things I don't get. I know it's a law. I know it's a thing. I'm not telling you I want to go out and look for it. But there's a certain thing that I just kind of go, yeah, that just seems... I hate the 15 and over, I didn't know what was happening type of girl. And then there are girls that are like that. There's boys that are like that are oblivious. The one thing that always kills me is the P. Diddy or these silent thing. And it's like, Hollywood is all about selling your soul. We just talked about how these performers are selling their soul by running on a treadmill. Come on, who does that? But you do it to show a good show, to get paid more money, to be able to, become more famous. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's always something. Is it right? No, it should be cleaned up. It should be stopped. There's always something. There's always something. What was it they were talking about on the thing? Not on the show, but they were talking about how many gross, nasty men, rich men, go to Taiwan because there's no age limit. But that's another country. What are you going to do? It's another country. Yeah. That's okay for them. No, you know what I mean? Yeah, you just kind of go, and they have like these prostitutes that are like 12, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, that's gross. Why would you fly to another? It's legal there, so you can't stop me. It's legal, and it's like, but how many people go to Amsterdam and do all the drugs because it's legal there? Yeah. I guess it's just the way it is. The world isn't perfect. All we try to do is try to make it, as perfect as we can make it. But I don't know, some of the stuff Like when I watch porn, some of the stuff I just gotta go. And what happens is too many of the kids are watching it, and they're getting too like, oh, this is what sex is, and it's like, no, that's not sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's your perfect dream night that could happen, and it could happen, but it's not happening like in that 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how the crazy world works. I can't with this. You know, I usually put this on silence too.
Well,
all right, well, it's about that time. So next time we're doing this one. It's
Maybe.
why we're saying...
we say this 3
No,
months
we might. You might find one, so we might have to celebrate. We'll interview him.
I'll just bring him on. Get this one.
We're
because
going to have a little interview with him. We're like, so how is it? I've been working 24 hours straight since the other one died. Since I died.
This one would be, yeah.
Perfect.
All right, y'all. Let me know if you find it.
That's what he said. Bye, guys.